What's up, everybody? It's your boy Don P. Not to be confused with Don P. The champagne. Today I wanted to touch on the reviews. I'm going to be reviewing the reviews, I guess, of Apocalypse. Movie hasn't come out yet. I haven't seen it. It comes out the 27th. Today's the 13th. But there's been a few special people that have been able to watch the movie already. A bunch of critics. And there's been a lot of mixed reviews. I've heard that the movie is awful. I've heard that Apocalypse is awful. But then I've also heard other critics that I have a lot of respect for, and whose judgment that I can definitely get behind. I've heard some of them say that they loved the movie and it was great. I've heard that the beginning, the whole beginning scene is amazing and it's very good. And then the second half of the movie is a dud. I've heard the exact opposite. I've heard that the beginning is just like a dud and terrible, and then at the end was great. I've heard the final fight scene is awful and it's a mess, and it's just, you can't even really call it a fight scene. And then I've heard that the final fight scene is just so action packed and crazy. It's it's like some people can really appreciate like good action, and some people just it's too, there's like too much action, like action overload. And these type of when I hear like one group of people saying the action was awesome at the end, and then I hear another group of people saying that it was a mess. It gives me hope, actually. It gives me hope because I'm kind of one of the people that can enjoy action like every time. It's never too much action for me. So hearing that someone loves it and another person saying it's a mess, I kind of usually think that the people that think it's a mess just really can't appreciate, or they have action overload. That's basically what it comes down to. I never get action overload, ever. I love action. I love, I hate stuff that looks fake. I hate unnatural movement. I hate when it looks like someone's on a wire. That's the stuff I hate. But if it looks real, or if the action is action packed and it's just going and going, I usually love that. I pretty much all the time love that. So what else have I heard here? I've heard Mystique is awful. I heard Jennifer Lawrence is just doesn't want to be there, and she's basically Cadmus playing Mystique. But then I also heard, I heard someone say, this isn't an exact quote, but something to the effect of, I can't believe how great Jennifer Lawrence was. That's a quote of hers. So, I've been pretty tough on Xmen Apocalypse already, and I haven't seen it. But I will say that, based on the critics and the analysis that I've seen, or I've listened to so far, I think we can all get hype. I think we should all be hype. I think, like I said, I've been disappointed many times by X-Men movies, so I'm one of the hardest on X-Men. But I definitely want to give this movie a chance. I want to give it, an open look. I've even heard, I've heard people say that the movie is complete crap, right? I've even heard some people say it's better than Civil War. Now, I hope that they're my type of people that are saying this, because if it's better than Civil War, then I'm about to be one happy dude, because Civil War just, like, as you know, Civil War did it for me. So, that's basic. I mean, I've heard that. Like I said, I don't want to spoil anything, but I've heard that there was as you know, if you've seen all the trailers, then you know that Wolverine's in it. I've heard his appearance is basically just a cameo, and it's unnecessary. But then again, I've also heard that the scene was awesome with him in it, and it was on point, and it hit perfect. So, I'm not the type of person that will nitpick at stuff. I just want to see a good movie. I really do. I'm not going to nitpick at little things. And so, just because he cameoed for 1 second, it doesn't matter to me that it was a cameo and that he only got one screenshot or one, small moment of time. I don't care about that. As long as that moment of time was action-packed and he represented as Wolverine, then we're good. That's all I want to see. I've heard that, Olivia Nunn's barely got any action whatsoever, and that Psylocke was uninspiring. Don't know if I've heard anything contrary to that, so that might be what it is right there. I heard McElroy, Fassbender, nail Xavier and Magneto. I heard that they're just off the hook. Most people are telling me that they absolutely love those two. So and those two do pretty much nail Xavier and Magneto every time. That's one good thing I will say, is that the actors are good. That's the thing. The actors are good in X-Men. I like most of the actors. I love Wolverine. I love Magneto. I love Xavier. It's just, like I said, it's mostly the cinematography for me that really hurts it. It's the lack of Fox's ability to bring the powers of the X-Men on screen. That's what really kills me. I'm not a fan of the cinematography. I'm not a fan of the picture. But, maybe this one will be better. And I think from what I've heard, from the critiques that I've seen, the people that don't like this movie are the people that are huge on plot and script and get easy. They get easy sensory action overload. They get offended by a lot of action. Yeah, that's not me at all. But some people get offended by a lot of action. They're just like, oh, this is just action for the sake of action. It's overdone. We don't need this. It's a comic book, dude. It's action heroes. These are superheroes. There better be action. It's not gonna be, you need action. You need action in these. And people want a great movie with no action, but just a great story. And I'm just like, no, that's boring. That's not what a comic book movie is. This isn't The Usual Suspects. It was a great movie by Bryan Singer, but I don't want to see The Usual Suspects X-Men style. I don't want to see that. I want to see an action movie. You can throw some Usual Suspects like storytelling and some Usual Suspects acting. That's great, but don't make it so that the action of Usual Suspects is on the same plane as the action of X-Men. That's what I think a lot of people want to see. A lot of people that are fans aren't comic book characters or comic book fans. You know, and that's another problem. One thing I've noticed is some of the critiques I heard were from people that, you know, aren't familiar with Apocalypse. You know, aren't familiar with a lot of the comic book characters. They're looking at it like, they're just critiquing it as a movie without any knowledge of what these characters do. And so when the characters do something that doesn't make sense to them, but, you know, they really have no idea what powers these characters have, then they kind of, you know, look down the movie. And so I can't really take a critique from someone who doesn't know about the Marvel characters that seriously. And also, you know, sometimes you have to you have to be happy that some people don't like it, because that means you might like it. You know, if that person's a lot different from you, that person isn't going to appreciate things that you like, then you have to kind of, you know, be happy when someone gives a movie a bad critique, you know? So, you know, that's what I was trying to, you know, based on who was giving me the critique, I wanted to kind of react differently. Like, just because someone gave it a bad review doesn't mean I'm going to be, you know, thinking it's a bad movie. I'm going to be thinking, okay, that's a good sign this guy gave it a bad review. And like I said, the people that were giving it good reviews, I liked a lot of those people. I like a lot of their critiques. So, I mean, in general, not just like, not talking about the X-Men, but like other movies that they have seen that they liked, I like too. So, you know, I'm very much looking forward to the movie. I'm definitely gonna, you know, withhold judgment. I don't want to talk any more junk about X-Men. I've done that enough. But I will say that I have heard good things from people that I respect, whose opinion I respect, and whose opinions I agree with. And so I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with the overall response. There's been a lot of bad responses. Lots of bad responses. I do not expect it to be better than Civil War. I just cannot see that at all. There's just no way. But a few of the people whose critiques I'm interested in said it was right there with Civil War. So I gotta be excited about that. So let's get excited and let's just keep an open mind and you know, see what goes on. Alright guys, people, take care.